Hello.
No.
Wonderful. No? No hello? Hell no. Has been kind of a hell no kind of day. Excuse me. And I mean that both, broadly and personally. Um, but hey, you know what? It's Thursday night. We're going to play some Planescape, and we're not going to think about it for at least like 2.5-ish hours. And sometimes that's enough. That's enough to recharge the battery and then get back to doing all the usual, like panicking and worrying and stuff. Normal things, normal things. Hope you're all doing well. Excuse me. Temperature is pretty bullshit outside right now. You're not wrong. Also, hi, Al. I went out for like a minute. It was an embarrassingly short amount of time. And the heat is pretty oppressive, but really down here, it's the
Fucking
humidity.
humidity.
So it was sort of like walking into soup that had not finished cooling off yet.
People
Uh,
pay to
people
go
pay.
to a sauna.
People pay to go to a sauna. We could just have them on our front porch. But yeah, it's brutal. It's not ideal. But yeah, it's been a hectic kind of a day. I'll probably get into details on that later, but right now I think I just want to talk about how ludicrous this game is. Cuz last time we made it to, it's not the upper ward. We made it to Clerk's Ward or Cleric's Ward?
Clerks.
Clerk's Ward. Where
Clerks ward in a city that famously keeps gods out would be a little awkward.
Cleric's Ward in the city where the lady is and is sort of generally anti-god as a rule. Yeah, that makes less sense. You're absolutely right. But last session was not about making sense. So we started out in the brothel of slaking intellectual lusts, where we met Fall from Grace, the founder of the establishment, who had basically made like a debate club for perverts. And
I feel like he made it a debate club.
uh,
Everyone
else made it for perverts. That's fair. But we met a lot of the folks working there, who are an eclectic bunch, including one Medusa hanging out in the dark, who is looking for the veil that I assume lets her walk about without turning everybody into stone. We ended up with like a half a dozen different quests just going around the ring, including the fact that we now know that there's a string of recent thefts, and that no one in the establishment apparently is responsible, at least no one that we've found yet. Although we also met a sentient armoire, which is to say a person shapeshifted into an armoire for pervert reasons. But they don't appear to be responsible for the thefts, or at least we haven't found the dialogue tree to get that confession out of them. Bast still suspects the Modrons, who have been observing things. I now understand why they have been observing Deloria, I think was her name, because she's a construct, although she is otherwise human passing. And then we found her owner, who has the literal keys to her heart, and he'll only hand over those keys if we first figure out how to get him something to wipe his memories, which you'd think we of all people would have, but we probably forgot it when we forgot everything else.
Right next. Oh wait, no, that was just Desire.
There was the person upstairs who could who like siphoned off Desire. So that's, like I said, that's the nuclear option. We can just make him not want to forget anymore. But I'd like to see if we could actually find some lethe water and just make him forget. And then like before we give him the water, we get the keys, because otherwise he'll forget that he promised to give them to us.
At which point we just punch him, we take the keys, and it's not like he's going to remember who we are.
That's true. We could just take the keys at that. Well, yeah, we'll figure it out. First, we got to find the water. When all you have is perverts, everything looks like a debate club. You're not wrong. That's how Tumblr happened. Everyone knows this. But the point is that we went to the I keep wanting to call it the old Curiosity Shop because that's the Dickens story, but no, the Curiosity Shop where we met.
Buy everything.
Where we bought almost everything. I think there's 3 or 4 things that we didn't buy. We have enough money at this point. I wanted to check everything out first. But yeah, I think we're just going to buy everything. Everything's going to have a use, I'm confident, or be funny. because we also got a mini Modron action figure that may or may not also be a gate key. Hey, Durin, pardon me. That's a dwarf. Hi, Dublin. You might be both. I don't know. But one of those is Lord of the Rings, and this is Planescape. So, and this is Patrick. So there's also Echo, who works at the brothel and lost the ability to speak somewhat recently. I tried to get the fellow who had a curse that did something similar to tell us more about that. He was mum, ironically, or maybe fittingly. We do have a Fiend's Tongue that's supposed to give speech back, but I'm not sure how to use it yet. So we might try that first, actually, just in case I didn't click on the right button. But it's also a Fiend's Tongue, so I'm not sure it's going to be like, a good solution, but it might be a solution. And if it gets her to the point of talking enough that she can help us get the rest of the way there, like, who cursed you, then we can take it from there. But we have so much stuff that I don't know what it does yet, and that's actually kind of great. We did also get a chocolate closet, which was a real closet that had been polymorphed into a little Easter bunny. We took that over to the fella at the Sensate bar, who was delighted by it, but also didn't really have a lot of intel for us on Ravel, the night hag that we're searching for, who cursed us with immortality. We do also have a little, like, plushie of the Lady of Pain that the game itself took pains to warn us poking may have deleterious effects. So my guess is, worst case, we poke that a few times and we get mazed, and then we go find the night hag the old-fashioned way. But before we do that, I want to make sure we're prepared. So we're just keeping that in the bucket for now. But yeah, so there was a lot. So first thing, I'm going to try the tongue thing again on Echo. That sounded worse than I meant it to. Speaking of perverts. But we're going to try to use the Fiend's Tongue, or give that to Echo so that she can talk. And then see how that goes horribly wrong. Then we're going to go back to the Curiosity Shop, buy the rest of the stuff that we missed. And there's still like 3 other establishments we haven't even set foot in. And Clerk's Ward is jumping. Like, everything is here. And me and my ADHD are having a real problem focusing on it. So I'm telling you so that you can maybe remind me if
We're
2
not
steps
done.
into the game I go, ooh, a person, and start running off to the side, as I have been known to do. So that's to me. That's mostly me sort of shaming past Andy or future Andy, I guess, on the VOD. So that when I watch that and I hear this, like, here's what we're gonna do, and then 15 minutes from now we don't do that, then at least no one will be surprised. Before we get into the game proper, we do need to talk content warnings, because this game deals with some stuff that's a nice, a polite way of saying there are some there are some heavy themes and some other potentially triggering bits, mostly bits of text. The visuals are not haven't been too much of an issue yet, but a number of these descriptions have gotten gory, and also a number of these conversations have dealt with the nature of, like, personhood, free will, existentialism, and all of that. Hey, Bob.
If you're not here for that, though, it's Planescape.
If you're not here
Come
for that,
on.
it is Planescape. But listen, I don't expect everyone to know what Planescape is off of the rip. So this is why we warn. But there's also a doesthedogdie.com entry for Planescape Torment that is linked in our CW tag. Please feel free to peruse that if there's anything that you are concerned about potentially coming up. That'll have a much more robust, itemized list of shenaniganery on offer, and usually some details about, like, exactly where it shows up. All right. I think that's
Shenaniganery?
shenaniganery. Shenanigans in the larger noun sense. Bob, what on earth were you searching for with that? Let's at least finish the big quest, which is giving chocolate to a wizard, and that might unlock more dialogue. And it didn't. Not really. We just went in a circle. We gave him the chocolate, and they were like, "You know where Night Hag is?" And he went, "Why would you want to go there?" And then it proceeded to be very unhelpful for like 5 solid minutes, which is time that we could have been spending at a brothel. So I feel like that was rude. Oh, picked a string out of the middle of Planescape Torment. That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of Torment, let's
Dun, dun,
let's we have more shopping to do. The fact that we're getting back-to-back episodes that may consist almost entirely of me just buying stuff in character.
Oh, I would buy a pail of lard.
Hang on, sorry. Adjacent to that, you can buy a what?
A pail of lard.
You can buy a. How big is it?
4 pounds.
What American unit is a pail? Okay, 4 pounds of lard. Okay, sure.
I'm not making that many biscuits.
That's also fair. I was gonna say, is lube cheaper at that point, or is it kind of a push? What were we talking about? Perverts. So let's get into the game.
I see
And we'll
you.
do some more shopping. Shopping, more. Shopping, more. Come on, game. There we go. Beautiful. What if you need lard beyond the pail? Says Bob.
That's what a spoon is for.
Let me just remind myself. Okay, so we got the Gorgon salve, which we attempted to give to the Medusa. It didn't work. We got the mugwort keeps stuff cold. I'm sure will be useful later. We have the Davis tears. Don't know. We got the Fiend's tongue. That's the important one. Which we also know that we can't like put. Yeah, we can't like add it to any of our item stuffies. Speaking of spoons, I'm gonna go abuse my air conditioner and retrieve my ice cream.
Done.
No. I see where you're going. And it
Moving on.
it's listen. Clearly, the word of the night is going to be perverts. There's Nenny. Actually, hang on. Let's talk to Nenny again about the missing stuff. We've met before. I'm sorry. I knew you looked familiar. Kamakshi said someone's been taking things from her room, too. Have you seen anything odd?
My journal.
Oh, that's right. You know, once I saw a man sneaking out of Kamakshi's room while she was out talking to a patron. Watched the front doors all that day, but he never ever left. Isn't that odd? I don't think he could have made it out a window, so I never figured out where he went. And I totally forgot about it. Weird, huh? Now that makes me think it's the armoire. That is weird. More questions.
She's weird.
I mean, yeah. Oh, armoire. Luis, right. Luis the armoire. Had some questions, Luis. Nenny told me she saw a man leaving Kamakshi's Addertongue's room. Think that was you, Luis. You think? Think? How could you be so alarmingly rude, so ludicrously presumptuous, as to spout forth such an accusation without being absolutely certain of your charges? How dare you, impertinent brassy cur! Why, I oughta... As Luis rails and curses, his drawers open and close. You notice a small bundle of crimson cloth tucked alongside some clothes. The repeated opening and closing of the armoire makes it difficult to grab, however. We gotta try for it. Us and our 10 dexterity. You simply cannot move your hand quickly enough to snatch the crimson cloth from within, Luis. Most you could accomplish would be getting your fingers crushed. Pull the drawer open to get the cloth. We also have like a 10 strength.
Try it.
But yeah, let's try it. The drawer remains closed. You hear it puffing and wheezing from the exertion. Go away, you barbarian! Give me the cloth, Luis. Shan't, won't, never! Do it.
Pull it open anyway.
Okay, that's a loop. Bag and wine. Oh, please stop that rubbish. Quite tiresome and transcends all known meaning of the word boredom. Give me the cloth. Bag and wine. Keep begging and whining. Keep begging and whining.
You have to keep pulling for a certain number of times.
Well,
you don't get tired.
I decided to keep begging and whining because that seemed like it got us furthest. Come on, Louise. Yarmore yawns, exposing the crimson cloth where it rests snugly beside some undergarments. You dart your hand in, seize it before the drawer can close itself. Tucking it away, you notice that it is perfumed with a light, exotic, and most pleasant fragrance. Damn it, you rogue! Blackguard! Scoundrel! You give that back this instant! That's not yours! That is an exceedingly personal garment that belongs to a lady of this establishment, and they would not appreciate you fondling their private things. But it's alright for you, you wooden pervert. I'm not doing anything so criminal and malicious as you are. I'm merely soaking in sensational necessity to... soaking in sensations necessary to my growth as an individual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, bud. Okay, well, this is the scent, and it's also the veil. All right, well, let's get this. I'm not gonna lie, we solved that a lot faster than I thought we would. Delora, I was close. She's the one who's wandering around, whose name I've forgotten. You, Vivian. Found. Vivian greets you with a polite half smile. Any luck finding my scent? I found it in this red veil.
Updated my journal.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's simply wonderful. Takes the veil from your hands, mutters a few words over it, and returns it to you. She shakes out her crimson hair, and in moments, you're surrounded by the most intensely exotic and arousing scent you've ever had the pleasure of smelling. Gee, that smells great. It does it not? Well, I suppose you'll be wanting your reward now. Stand closer to me. Okay. You step closer to Vivian. She takes your hand, turning it over, takes a single cautious sniff of your wrist. Phew! She wrinkles her nose. Vinegar, or embalming fluid? Here, I'll remove the smell from you. She mutters a few strange syllables, and a light tingling sensation spreads over your skin. In moments, your chemical reek lessens substantially. Hey now. There, how's that? People should be less eager to avoid conversation with you now. Thanks.
I've learned some new tricks.
This one, though, maybe they were into it.
But, I mean, the good news is now it's even higher. 19, alright, I'll take it. Alright, save there. Now we're going to try to give the veil back. Hey, Marissa. By your crimson veil. And would you please hand it over? Of course.
Updated my journal.
Huh. Yes, much better. So that's what you look like. Perhaps I would have been better off with my eyes shut. Alright, hang on. Now... Watch that fork tongue of yours. I have a question. I don't need to be threatening. That's the other room is where we're gonna go for Barb's question. Right, we have the limb into a statue question, which we still don't know what that connects to. Do you know anything about Echo? Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once, though her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl, though. Ask Delora of her. She made friends with an old lover of Echo's, I've heard. Alright. Well, the important thing is we got, most of the stuff back. That, excuse me, makes me happy. Is Echo's room? Yes, but there's no Echo here. There's Echo. Oh, Echo. Hello. Greetings! Questions? May I ask why you can't communicate? Do you know the word that will undo the multiverse if it's spoken? Ask if it was something else then. Ask you about something else. Can't communicate. No, okay. That's just a loop. Is your name Echo? Okay. Can you tell me about this place? Ask you about Ravel? Her eyes flash and she smiles. She nods at you. What do you know of her? She simply looks at you. Communicate. I don't understand. I feel like I should be able to do something with this. Fiend's silvery tongue floating in a jar of brine, once placed into the mouth of any living thing, it will give the ability of speech. I can't set it as an item, so I know it's not that. So it would have to come up in conversation. Echo can't communicate. Comey Can't Communicate is one of those series that I really enjoyed and need to get back to and finish at some point. I feel like we're doing something wrong here. I don't know what. Alright. We'll leave that for now. Mage named Quell told me the key to the maze was a piece of Ravel. Right, okay. And then... You never found the decanter of endless water, huh? Okay. Alright. So let's go back and see if we can find... Oh, what was the... Fall from Grace was like willing to hear us out. I'm assuming that Lady Grace won't join us until we've solved the problem for Echo and Delora, is my guess. That makes sense to me. Perhaps you can help me? I seem to have lost my memories. In doing so, I've lost myself. You've been stricken with amnesia. How terrible. Do you have any idea how it happened? No, because it's amnesia. I woke up on a slab in the mortuary. Everything else before that is black. You woke in the mortuary? I think the dustman mistook me for being dead, or I was dead, or something. All I know is that I regenerate wounds quickly. Could be immortal, but I don't even know that for sure. Those scars on your body. May I? Yes. Fall from Grace drags her finger across your chest, lightly tracing the edges of your scars and following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. These scars do look as if they would have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. Some are more recent. Some of those wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. What do you intend to do now? I need to get my memories back and my life back. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. Don't intend to do anything. No, that first one I think is first thought, best thought. Right, the decanter of dungeon flooding. If that wasn't in the... Okay. Finger tapping on her chest. I must say, I've never met a man who had lost himself in the literal sense. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Well, I'm glad you think so. It is that. Intriguing? Frightening is more like it. I don't like not knowing who I am. It is that. All from Grace nods. If it'll help, you're welcome to tour the brothel. Several of our students are well versed in the verbal arts. Perhaps some of them will be able to rekindle your memories. Alright. May do that.
Updated my journal.
Would you like to join me on my travels? Who's to say she'll be coming with us? We don't need the likes of her, so we don't. Alright, this is the two of them bantering about it. Which they did last time. It's rather forward of you. I'd rather be honest with my intentions. You seem extremely pleasant and well-versed. Which is true. Wait a minute, I'm the one who's well-versed. Having two people knowledgeable, yada yada yada. And also I said pleasant. Lady Grace, excuse me if I'm being too forward, but would you care to travel with us? Because she said last time that no currently, but I don't remember if we got a specific details on why. Appreciate your candor. I shall counter with some of my own. Why should I travel with you?
Because we like you and you're cool.
So 3 and 4, how exciting can this place be? And you're a sensate, surely there must be a limit to how much you can learn here. Seem rude to me, because they're just sort of dismissing the establishment that she herself founded. You wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac, searching the plains for himself? 2 feels like just a nicer version of 1. Intend to travel the plains to places perhaps no one else has ever been to or could reach. Would that interest you? That would, yet... Let's do the rude one. You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac researching the plains for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested. Such a suggestion is intriguing. Make no mistake about that. So... If you wish me to, then there's something you must do for me. Okay, this is the thing I couldn't remember last time. There are 10 students. I would like you to speak to all of them and return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. Alright.
Updated my journal.
That's what I want to hear. Alright. So there's Nanny. Questions? What are you doing here? I'm talking to you, silly. Just like I talk to all the patrons here, all the prostitutes do. That's what the brothel's about, learning new ways to talk and share experiences. That's all I needed to know. Eve? Come to trade tales. Nova questions. Tales Tracer, what are you doing here? Collect tales and trade them with others who've tales of their own. Neat. Can I go through? Alright, so that's 3.
Stories.
We'll get to more stories in time. Besides, Sarah smiles warmly as you draw near. Greetings again. What can I do for you? Questions? What are you doing here? Entertaining your questions, it seems. Really, though, I'm a student of Mistress Grace's. All the prostitutes in the brothel are. A student? That's right. The brothel is actually a school for women who are thinking of becoming sensates. Mistress Grace teaches us the ways of language so that we can better identify with ourselves and those around us. Lets us experience the plains more fully, you know? Neat. That's 3. Actually. Questions? What are you doing here? Not you, that's for certain. Contemplating the best way to tell you to pike off. Perfect. Thank you. Everything I need to know. 4. Nobody in here. Nothing up my sleeve. Hey, we can do. Oh, no, that's not. That's a patron. Marissa. Questions? What are you doing here? Sitting here with my thoughts, listening to you voice yours. The silence of both of them, literal then figurative, is deafening. That's everything I wanted to know.
Wow. Rude.
Yeah. Secret door? Secret door? Secret door! Yo.
I'm gone.
Well, this place is gorgeous. Are these extra sensate stones?
Boobs!
Those are also boobs, yes. If the boobs are sensate stones, that's actually very impressive. Okay. Well. Bad news, everyone. We're going to be here for a minute. Let's talk to the caretaker. The man, looking slightly puzzled, nods as you approach. Greetings, sir. May I ask you how you come to be down here? Came down the stairs through the strange door I found. I'd best work on concealing it a bit better, then. I'm the brothel's caretaker, by the way. You're not supposed to be down here, but it's alright if you look around for a bit. Questions? He smiles nervously. I really shouldn't even allow you down here, let alone be chatting with you. Please, no questions for now. Alright. Can I touch the orb? This clear stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with a brilliant inner light. Inscribed into its base is the word Eve. Oh. Now, hang on just a second. Is there one for each of them? There's Kamaxi. Hey, veteran. It's fine, they're locked. There's Delora. At minimum, this gives me the list of all the names that I need to talk to. Saras. Also, we can color coordinate, which is neat. There's Marissa we've talked to. Good. Come on, nameless one. Vivian. Take your time, bud.
Hey, it's cute, not fast.
It's the like everybody else is in the way.
Right.
Got it. There's Echo.
All right.
I wonder if we won't be able to complete the talk to the 10 students until Echo can talk back to us. Juliet. Pretty sure each stone is directly downstairs from its owner's bedroom. I think you're right.
They are.
This grayish-white stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with light. Something was once inscribed into its base, but the writing has been scoured away.
Journal.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is. Well, let's head back upstairs.
Is there anything cool in the middle? Or did we already?
I can change. Gotta be honest, I got very distracted by what was going on everywhere else, and this mostly just seems like it's a boob statue. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing interactable.
I'm gone.
Well, let's find out who student number 10 is.
Vivian? Question? Do you know who the 10th student is? 10th student? Perhaps you've taken one too many blows to the head, or perhaps one of the girls has been playing games with you. There is no 10th student. Interesting. If the 10th student is also somehow the armoire, I will laugh. In here. Do that. Well, anything yet? Montague seems disinterested. Made my demands, but could gauge no reaction. He didn't want to fight me, though. I suggest you speak with him yourself sometime. He's not going to fight for me, then. No, he won't. I recall him saying he was bored with things in any case. Juliet looked shocked. He said what? I've been so... Oh, it would appear as if my relationship had the troubles I so desired, and I merely missed them in all my melancholy. Perhaps. Do you know where the 10th student is? Whatever art thou speaking of? The 10th one? Who is she? No idea of whom you're speaking. Okay. Hey, bud, you know about it? Questions, Louise. So long, Louise. That's fine. Nothing of value was lost. Laura? If anyone's gonna know... Oh, no. Okay. Laura's not gonna say shit to us until we finish the little quest. Talked to Kasai already, but let's ask. Ooh. Hang on. What sort of things do you do? Depends, of course. Usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature, but not always. Would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy. I've heard everything, you know. Nothing will shock or surprise me, and I so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you like. You must go first. I don't have dreams, actually. Truly, how sad. Even Fiends and Deva's dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Yep. Too peculiar. I'm at a loss as to what to say. I did have some questions anyway. Number 10. The 10th? No, there's only 9 of us. There's always 9. Unless Mistress Grace has made some recent changes I don't know about. Right, see exactly what you wanted. I'm actually thrilled that worked out for Juliet. With her desire for drama. Come to trade tales? No, but questions? The 10th. Speak with Nenny. She's forever pacing about, observing everything intently. Uh-huh. Nenny! Oh, Nenny. Oh, Nenny. Hey, Nenny, Nenny. Questions? Eve, I can't ask that question. Tell me about this place. Sure I can. The brothel of slating intellectual lust is a school that was started by Mistress Fall from Grace. Prostitutes here, like me, are taught the ins and outs of talking to people, all to help us learn more about ourselves and others. I love it here. It's a non-stop wave of experiences, crashing into me, filling my head with fresh new ideas. I guess it's good that there's something in there. Another question. Echo. Oh, Echo's a mysterious one, isn't she? Never speaks, truly. I think she was emotionally wounded, but we've already asked that, and it's not true. What if we... Okay, have we asked everyone about Echo to get a whole, list of things that it could be? Questions. Echo. Try asking Delora. Nope, okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to do Delora's thing, I think. Questions. Echo. Ask Delora. Okay. 10th. Speak with Nenny. Nenny is not helpful. Maxie. Questions. The 10th. Hiding under my bed. Go ahead, get down on all fours and check. I shan't kick you, really. I mean... with an opening like that. As you look beneath Kamakshi's beds, nothing there, of course, you become aware of her standing behind you. I couldn't, it's just too easy. Get up, you poor stupid debtor. There is no 10th student.
The 10th student is probably Grace.
See, that's my, that's my guess. I just want to go around the horn. The 10th student is either me, which would be great, or it's Grace. Because you really never stop being a student, even if you're also a teacher. Right. Mercia was the last person we talked to before we went down the hole. So I don't think we've asked you about this yet. Actually, what do you think about Echo? Ask Delora. Okay. All roads lead to Delora, so we have to do her quest. Which is good, but I wanted to do that quest anyway. Spend much time here in my chambers, but I think that even I would know a 10th student had arrived. There's none currently. Alright. Back to Grace. I appreciate Kabaxi, but I don't like her. I don't know, I think she's kind of fun.
How may I help you?
Questions? Holy moly. Okay. Spoke to 9 of the students you asked, but I could not find the 10th. Curious. I'm thinking the 10th student is me, in which case I've spoken to all of them. I think Luis is the 10th student in his own way. Thinking I'm the 10th student. Hooray! You and I should leave this place and... Okay. Very well, and your thoughts. You and I should leave this place and explore the plains. There's nothing more for either of us to experience here. I've learned what it means to aspire to be a sensate. It's better to go in search of experience rather than have it come to you. You should get rid of all the armoires in the brothel and use them as firewood. Teaching within a sheltered environment such as this only harms the student, and the plains themselves are often the best teacher. No, we're going to go with 2. Very well. I'll travel with you if you still desire. I do.
Oh, Mistress Hannah, might you'll be joining us?
Now to really work on the
couldn't
difficult quest of
possibly
trying to place
understand.
Torment.
I wish she would fall.
You have to date both Anna and
Might
Paul
bump it off
Swords.
myself.
I don't have to date anybody.
You don't have to, but it's fun.
If I can get the 2 of them to date each other, that'll be a whole other
I don't think
accomplishment.
I don't think it did come out in the 90s.
Yeah, that wasn't really a thing at the time. Alright, we got opening doors. That's kind of like the idea of getting our detect traps up at this point. Bring that down a little bit. There. We haven't needed this yet, but that's not to say that we won't. Alright. All that. And then what do you do? Priest! Hooray! We finally have a priest! We have the full kit! I don't know if it matters who you say is the 10th student. I know she accepts Luis as an answer. That's fantastic. I should trust my gut. Holy crap, the resistances? Wow. Alright. Someone else to give our fist weapons to. Love that. Ah, dang. Okay, so then... That's the wrong button. Priest roll. Alright, we got Blessing. Cure Light Wounds. Love that. Prod Evil. Halo of Lesser Restoration. Curse! Detect Evil. Aid. Okay, so we're full up on healing spells, which is honestly great, because we're running short on items eventually. Call Lightning. Flame Walk. Is that the one I think it is? Let's do the saving throws. Yes, okay, that's what I remember. You also have Remove Curse. Fantastic. Speak with Dead. That feels like it could actually really come in handy in this game. And then Cure Serious. Great. Well, that rules. Okay, so we've got the 5 of us. Alright, so I was wrong. We don't actually need to, like, solve everybody's stuff. We've already solved most people's stuff. We just need to figure out Delora and Echo, I think, to get the everybody, taken care of. What could be fun, but you would have an awful fandom? A game where the whole point is to matchmake different people and get them together. I mean, genuinely, that was one of the... And I'm sorry that these games sort of fell by the wayside, but that was one of the things that I loved about... what was the third Dragon Age? Inquisition. You couldn't deliberately do a matchmaking thing, but you could actually, like, by your choice to not pursue certain romances... there were certain ones that would just sort of pair up. And it was honestly great. It was such a... and again, this is coming from an ace person, so, take it with a grain of salt. But I would almost rather games where I can essentially, like, cheerlead other people getting together than ones with direct, like, player-character romance. So I appreciate that. But also, as Bast said, this is a game from the 90s. They didn't really do that yet.
They are but specks upon Zerthamon's path.
Well, I'm glad you two are getting along. Okay. So first, let's go back to the shop and to buy it out. There's a recent anime called Too Many Losing Heroines about a guy who keeps meeting girls who've been dumped by their boyfriends, and I think he helps them find better ones? Yeah, I mean, that sounds correct. Alright, so we have a Githzerai, a Tiefling, a Tanari, a Skull, and a Zumble. We are, I think, a very eclectic bunch. Well, well, fall from grace, or whatever it is you call yourself now. Truly a pleasure to see you here. What do I owe the honor of your visit? Thought you rarely trafficked with our kind anymore. She glances at you for a moment with the same faint sneer. Or is your assignment here almost finished? I do not know what assignment you're referring to, Vrishka. Though your presence here brings with it many questions. Last I heard you were a standard bearer for the Company of the Vulture. How'd you come to Sigil? By choice. And you? Where will your orders take you next? You see, little band, the best temptress is one that can make you buy into an illusion of being both promiscuous yet virtuous at the same time. A prostitute priestess, as it were. Mistress Grace is among the greatest. Are you not? You would not think that a 1,000 years of slavery had left their scars, no? Fall from Grace speaks with a coldness you have never heard before. The air almost becomes ice as she dissects Vrishika with her gaze. That is enough. Very well, though you are the ones who came into my emporium. Yes. Here to buy something. Exotic items. Examine the monster jug. Did we buy the monster jug? Let's save that. It's baby oil, which we can't buy because it's made with real babies. Alright. Codex of the Inconceivable. That's most of our stuff. Exotic items, front of the store. Elixir of horrific separation. 200? Okay. Ultimately, this is what our money is for. The Ring of Near Invisibility. 349? Okay. Exotic items. I feel like that's most of them. Middle of the store. Yeah, let's take a look at the monster jug. You examine a plain-looking jug. Despite its common appearance, you feel reluctant to touch the thing, as if it might bite you. Vrishika watches you, chuckling, then shrugs. It's a jug. It's got some sort of monster trapped in it. That's why your hair's prickling up like that. If you like it, it's only 123 copper. Sure. Yes, a wise choice. Please enjoy your newest acquisition. All right, let's finally look at the weapons and charms here. We can also potentially sell some of our own stuff. God, we have so much junk. If we ever meet someone who will buy the what's the word I'm thinking of? If we ever find someone who will buy the our intestines, then that's not a shop we should return to. Probably sell this because I don't think we're going to be trading it back. There we go. That's the good stuff. Fall from Grace has a diary. That's actually really cute. All right, now then, holy moly, we have just enough. Okay, so you are. Give me a moment to do some inventory management. Beer goggles. I forgot about the beer goggles. Okay. Ring of almost invisibility. We might as well. What do you mean too far away?
You are too far away.
We're in the same store.
So?
I love that I can give it to someone who's close enough to me, who can then give it to her. 1 second.
Soda.
Can I beg you a favor?
What?
The hot water, I think, is done.
Bring you stuff?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Should I pee in it first?
Listen, you do what you want. Monster jug. Right.
Dare me.
Hang on to everything else. There's also You and I Are Polar Opposites about a girl who recently got a boyfriend and is now trying to pair up all their friends. Adorable. Apparently, if Vrishika catches you shoplifting, she goes hostile, and if you kill her, she drops all the exotic items. Well, I'm glad you told me that now, I guess. Alright. I want to look at this. First, I'm going to be a rather unassuming book, held closed by a tiny brass lock, is in actuality bound in strange leathers and enchanted bronze. Thank you so much. Codex of the Inconceivable. Use it.
Or don't use it. No one cares.
Read it.
Why are you reading from the book?
Well, we got 1,000 XP. You unlock the book's bindings and open it. As you glance over the tome's contents, your jaw drops. You stand, spellbound, flipping through its pages. Its contents are simply too much to be described. Mere words seem powerless to explain the wonders it holds. What was it, Chief? I don't know what to say, Mort. No, I'm going to show him the codex. Mort floats over your shoulder to examine the codex's contents. His eyes nearly pop from their sockets as they scan the pages. Oh. Oh, but wow.
You found a Playboy.
It sounds like we found an old, like, the one of the O'Reilly books for, like, assembly. And if you go, oh, wow. I don't understand any of that, but oh, wow. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, An. Stand thoughtfully for a moment, looking down at the codex before closing it and reverently putting the tome away. Wonder if we can sell it now that we've used it. Speaking of using it, let's, because I don't know what this one's going to do. Pokeball? This is a heavy, plain-looking metallic jug with a hinged stopper. Despite its common appearance, you feel reluctant to touch the thing, as if it might bite you. You've been told there's some sort of monster trapped inside of it, but peering into the jug's mouth reveals nothing but inky blackness. Upend it and see if anything comes out. At first, there's nothing. Then a black, viscous liquid begins to bubble out from the jug's mouth, forming a slimy pool of steaming, tarry filth on the ground. As the jug begins to dissolve in your hands, the pool begins to writhe, throb, and rise to form a tall, hideous creature. We have made a mistake. Oh boy.
Free XP! Kill it now!
A Garrulith? Okay, alright.
Oh, yes, no, kill it now.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, Force Missile seems correct.
Endure.
Yeah, but I hope we will.
Grow strong.
Free XP.
Okay. You just attack this thing. You just attack this thing.
Yes.
What's your special ability? You have a kiss special ability? Alright, fair enough. Protection from evil seemed wise, considering. Ow! Woo, 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 woo. That was most of my health. Let's get that back.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, I know.
Working in this thing.
Do it again.
Working in this thing.
Okay, so you're not able to hurt it. So instead... Okay, everything's fine.
How may I help?
It actually seems like it's doing its job. Hammer.
Share what say.
We get a cutscene for the hammer.
Lend me strength.
Alright. It's doing fine. Call lightning here seems like a mistake. Go ahead and do prayer on yourself. Headers kiss this thing.
I'll get this rough.
Lend me strength.
Actually, you wouldn't mind doing a big heal on me. That would be really appreciated. Since I'm apparently tanking this thing as a mage. And then I will also... Oh, never mind. We killed it. Well,
All right.
I mean, it was free XP, I guess. And we well, it wasn't free XP. We had to buy it. I love that the prayer hits random passersby. That's actually really great. Okay. So that was fun and interesting. Let's not use any more random stuff out in the street, maybe?
Aw, but that's the fun of it.
Go this way. You okay?
That's on me.
Alright.
It's a dumb.
It happens. You looking for a book? Hey, buddy, I just got a book that no one can understand. The short, scholarly man, tight, nervous frown on his face, looks you up and down. Greetings! That's my line. I am Finham. I must beg your pardon, sir, but I care little for guests, invited or otherwise, so unless you've business with me, I would ask you to leave. Questions? I'd have you know that I'm a scholar and a linguist. Are you cunning, sir? While I shall happily Thank you. While I shall happily entertain any questions regarding my field of study, language, and the like, I can be of no help to you in other matters. Never mind then.
All right.
I've met too many adventurers. Fuck off.
Okay, so you clearly don't want the book that I just got, or I think that would have been, like, a dialogue option.
I'm gone.
Here. There's also this little random tent we haven't been in. So many places to go in this place. Although I think we are actually running out of them now, which is nice. It feels like completeness. Hello, Advocate? This man is dressed in soft blue robes, covered with intricate designs. Despite their opulence, the robes look wrinkled and worn. Place the man's age somewhere between middle age and early 60s. The worry lines make an exact determination difficult. As you enter, he turns slowly towards you, and as he does, you are suddenly struck with the terrible sense that you know this man. Oh ho. Another of these. Greetings! Man squints as you, as if trying to place you. Yes, there's something I can help you with. Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I am Yanis. Were you looking for me? I don't know. What is this place? I am an advocate. These are my offices. Do you seek counsel? If not, perhaps you had best test your curiosity everywhere. Elsewhere? Everywhere? We are doing that. Elsewhere is what he actually said. Did the prayer hit him inside the building? Yes, I think so. What's an advocate?
My journal.
He's saying he's a lawyer, a counselor, one of those Burks who rattle their bum boxes at the courts. An advocate provides counsel, helps others navigate the labyrinths of Sigel's legal system, arranges legacies for citizens to ensure that their progeny is divided as they choose upon death, defends those in Sigel's courts who have been wrongly accused. Did you need help in any of these areas?
Well, what about the ones who have been rightly accused but still deserve defense?
That's true. Even the ones who have been rightly accused still deserve defense. Could use some counsel? What can I help you with? Excuse me for asking, but are you all right? You must excuse me. As of late, I've been beset by troubles. Afraid it's been a rather trying time these past few years. Anything I could help with? No, there's little that can be done. Nevertheless, I appreciate the offer. Thank you. Perhaps talking about your troubles will ease your mind. I do not wish to burden you. I lost my daughter not long ago. There was also the fire, but that is another matter. A fire? Nothing much to say about the matter. It was a strange, localized fire. Say, inside of a bar? We know a guy who's a fire inside of a bar. I cannot imagine what would have been precious in the documents that were burned, but someone must have wanted them destroyed. And you know who's responsible? No, neither the Harmonium nor the Mercy Killers have had any fortune in locating the person responsible. Well, if the Harmonium and the Mercy Killers have tried, then... What was burned? A number of old legacies were burned, and some mementos and other keepsakes of value only to me. Legacies. Contracts that are deliverable at the wills, yeah, that are the death of the client. Provide specifics on how a person's possessions are to be divided in the event of their demise. I've also heard them called wills. Are they anything like Dustman contracts? Oh my, no. The Dustman contracts, while they are deliverable at the time of the client's death, bequeath the body to the Dustman, not a pleasant business at all. Some who are poor of means find the Dustman contract to be a means of support. Oh good, so if we hadn't already solved that quest way back about breaking the guy's Dustman contract, this was another way to do it. More questions? Have we met before? Man studies you for a moment, frowning in thought. The wrinkles on his face become more pronounced as he does so. You're again struck by the toll that age seems to have placed on him. No, yet you seem familiar. Yet? Continues to study your features, then shakes his head. I'll concede that there's something familiar about you, sir, and I apologize for any insult my failing memory may be giving you at this moment. Been preoccupied for some time now. Have we met before? I think so. Can't really remember myself. Frustrating for us both, it would seem. Cool, that's the end of that line. All right. What is this place? What is an advocate? Tell me about the fire. Tell me about your daughter. Dianara? Oh, no. Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. We know Dianara. That's the ghost that we met who...
You mean our ex?
Who referred to us as love and was not really thrilled to see us again. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I think I figured out how we know this guy. Dianara, she was young. She recently joined the Society of Sensation, the Sensates. Not an unpleasant faction, but she had also met someone there. She followed him on a journey, and there she died. I was not even able to recover her body. I saw a woman by that name interred in the mortuary memorial hall. I saw a woman by that name interred in the memorial hall. Why can't I say those words? Memorial hall, memorial hall, memorial hall. Saw a woman by that name interred in the mortuary memorial hall. She had become a ghost and claimed she knew me.
Updated my journal.
What? What did you just say? Her spirit now resides in the memorial hall. I spoke with her for a time, and she seems to be in distress. You spoke to her? What distresses her? Me, apparently. She said that she loved me, and that I had loved her, and that I had forsaken her. I see. Perhaps. Are you the one she left Sigil with? The one who led her on the journey that killed her?
Well, he's gonna kill
I'm not certain. I think I may be that man, but I've forgotten much. You? You are the one you say you have forgotten? Yanis draws himself up. He looks like he's squaring himself for a battle. You have forgotten? But the incident was so long, it was not so long ago. How can this be? I have a strange condition. I lose myself for a time. Anything you can tell me about myself or your daughter would be invaluable. I misspoke. I doubt that I am that man. A complete... I don't know why I even said that. It was a weird joke. Countless liars have I known my tenure in this city. You do not strike me as one of them, at least on this matter. You truly do not remember then whatever befell you and my daughter on your journey must have left deep scars. I am inclined to agree. Then I ask your word on this. If your memory returns and you discover what has happened to my daughter, return to me, so that my mind may be at last at rest on this matter. I will do this. Very well then, now leave. I wish to be alone with my thoughts. That's super fair. That's super... I like your fish. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go.
So you found your father-in-law.
Yeah. The potential future maybe would have been father-in-law. On that happy note, ads. We're gonna run 3 minutes of ads to knock out pre-rolls for a bit. And then we'll be back with more awkward conversations between the Nameless One and the people that we've known in previous life and forgotten. Everyone loves that. See you all in a few minutes. Okay. So if memory serves, we've got the Art and Curio Galleria and the Apothecary. I think we've been everywhere else.
All right.
So hopefully one of those two gets us the Lethe water. That'll get us to unlock Dolores dialogue, which will get us hopefully to be able to solve Echo's problem. then we can learn more about Ravel, and then we can go get mazed, but like on purpose. That's cool.
I'm gone.
What is this? Several shards of black crystal or ice swirl within the freezing wind that this ornate pedestal gives forth. Each shard looks razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one could be perilous. Placard on the pedestal reads, Dark Birds of Orcanthus. Oh my god, catch one in your frost ale. We have the mug that always stays cold. Gimme. You dip the mug into the icy wind rising from the pedestal, catch a small shard with a slight clang. Peering into the mug, you can see that the dark bird is a razor-sharp sliver of black ice. Only the mug's magical properties prevent the shard from melting away to nothing. Neat!
I don't know.
We came to the gallery and 10 seconds later had stolen a piece of the art. A set of 4 paintings which portray an empty beach in the dead of night. The air around the painting smells faintly of brine, and the painted sea seems to ebb and flow across the darkened shore. A placard reads, Karasuthran Shoreline. Sniff it. Surface of the painting smells strongly of sea air. Touch it. Place your hand on the painting, not knowing quite what to expect. It's merely the texture of painted canvas that you feel beneath your fingertips. Try touching the dark birds, alright? We'll do this. Touch them. As you reach out to touch one of the whirling shards, your finger enters the icy wind that rises from the pedestal. Instantly, a coat of numbing frost forms around your finger, causing you to momentarily draw back. Place your finger back in and touch one. You thrust your finger into the frigid, numbing wind. Unbeknownst to you, your forefinger freezes solid. As one of the black shards spins into it, your fingertip breaks off with a sharp crack and goes skittering across the gallery floor. The icy dark birds remain in their whirling orbit as you wait for your fingertip to grow back. Leave. Hope no one saw any of that. Thank you, that was very fun. This painting depicts a shore scene with a wide, reddish-orange sun setting behind a peninsula or large jetty. The scene, though unoriginal, is breathtaking. The play of the fading daylight across the water is captured perfectly. Staring at the painted sun for any length of time makes your eyes ache. Placard reads, Surface of Thalassia. Touch it. Nothing unusual about the surface of the painting. Please give us that option for all of these. I want to touch the art. I want to experience the art. This painting shows an enormous granite keep, a hideous thing long and low, covered in leering gargoyles, suspended in what looks to be the night sky. A cloud of crimson and violet vapor whirls in the background along the right side of the painting. The placard simply reads, The Library. This one looks like the Matrix. Hundreds of chips of translucent green glass which make up this stained glass window don't appear to be held together by anything, rather remain free-floating and mysteriously suspended within the iron frame's boundaries. The shards ripple and move in slow waves, causing bizarre patterns to fluctuate across the window's surface, as various portions of it refract the galleria's light in different directions. The placard beside the window says, Arcadian stained glass window. Touch the glass. Thank you, Bad Road. You reach out to touch the undulating glass shards, but find you cannot do so. Your hand stops just short of the surface of the glass. Punch the glass. Punch the glass. You succeed only in bruising your knuckles. The glass may as well be sheet iron.
They figured out that a certain portion of their gallery visitors can't help themselves.
Yeah, it's good when whoever's running the gallery knows to anticipate their clientele. Painting is a dark cityscape, a faraway view of some giant center of civilization being burned to the ground. Streets of the place are empty, however, absent of soldiers, refugees, or even corpses. Placard reads, The Folly of Udo. Looks like a subterranean landscape, a massive cavern interior filled with colorful, faintly luminescent, gigantic fungi. Placard reads, Veil beneath Clangaden. Excuse me. I need to lick the art. Excuse me. Thank you. Portrait of a grotesque, hook-nosed old crone. The hag's flesh is a sickly blue-gray color. Her eyes glow red like the embers of a dying fire. Her chin long and sharp. So we're getting into a lot of very traditional, witch imagery, which unfortunately overlaps with a lot of, traditional anti-Semitic imagery. But clearly they're going with the, D&D description of hag, which has its own troubling origin. Extreme underbite. 2 yellowed canines protrude upwards from her lower jaw like small tusks. The smile upon her withered, purplish lips speaks of a horrible secret. A placard reads, Grey Hag of Oinos. Love a gigantic fungi. That's me. I'm a gigantic fungi. As you begin to turn away from the painting, something in it draws your attention. A strange tingling sensation arises in the back of your mind. A memory. Try and recall. I appreciate that it gives us the option to try and repress memories. Once one more time. Once I'm done streaming this game, I may do a second run where I basically try to learn nothing everywhere we go and just see how that plays. You recall standing, confused in a maze of briars. The hideous crone from the painting is before you, cackling wildly. You grit your teeth in frustration, wondering why she's laughing at you. My poor, dear, lovely man-thing, she croons. Why, that was your first wish. Oh, it's the story that Mort told, right next to us, the brazen jerk. Points a single bony clawed finger at your forehead. Your temples begin to throb painfully, and you can remember nothing more. Wait, tell me the statue is a real person. Statue looks like it was about to make some angry proclamation. The sculptor has captured the essence of fury magnificently. The chiseled tension lines around the neck and forehead alone must have taken many long months to get correct. Fine cracks run over the entire statue. There's a plaque attached to its base. Read the plaque. The plaque reads, This statue is believed to be the final fate of the Ethersarian sorcerer Gengroiodon. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness, he was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh to stone. Gengroiodon is said to have been frozen with a final awful curse still upon his lips, a curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. Gorgon salve. You smear the foul-smelling ointment over the statue. There's a strange shimmering around the statue. You watch as the statue takes an intake of breath, and the eyes of Gengroiodon fill with a blazing, vengeful madness. Cover your ears. Damn. For the shot. Before you can do a thing... I should have gone with greetings. I don't know why I didn't think to at least say something. Before you can do a thing, a blazing torrent of words flies from the sorcerer's lips. As he speaks, you feel an agonizing sensation, like a sudden wave of raging heat pour over you and settle into your skin like a blistering wound. Blindness strikes you as your eyes burst, running from their sockets like shattered eggs. You hear someone screaming and realize it's you. Wait for this to end. The last thing you hear, even over your own cries, is Mort shouting.
It's all right.
By the lady's bladed teats, what a... Everything suddenly falls silent as the last of your senses flicker and fade away. Die horribly, a victim of Gengroiodon's awful curse.
And again, death attempts to claim you.
Oh, fine.
Ah!
Now I can stop watching over you and go relieve.
Well, that was cute, but let's not do that. Alright, so do we have our... Yes, we do. We have our Dark Bird.
I'm gone.
Let's go recall our memory with this one. As we leave, try and recall, and go away. Okay, so we're not gonna forget this guy again. Read the plaque. Examine the statue. Alright. Leave the statue. I appreciate that they gave us an item that can really just game over us. You don't want Mort's Taunt to get better? I haven't really used them. A brilliant ruby statuette stands on this pedestal, carved into the image of a winged humanoid. The figure is either demonic or angelic in nature, but it's difficult to tell which, because it refracts the light in the Galleria strangely. There's no placard indicating what exactly the statuette is. Surface of this painting, a wild collage of vivid colors, ripples constantly as if it were the surface of a pond during a light rain. A placard reads Wave Motion Study Number 7. Touch it. You place your hand against the canvas. You cannot feel the ripples themselves, though a cool, tingling sensation passes through your hand at first contact. Hop in here. Painting of tall black cliffs against a blood-red sky. Looks to be figures hiding amongst the crags of the cliffs, but whenever you squint at the painting to try to make them out, the images fade into nothing. Placard reads, Outland Raiders. When I passed a horn. A massive horn of beaten lead, wound with brazen chains. The horn is horribly mangled, as if some tremendous force had crushed it. Jagged blades protrude along its length, almost as if it were meant to be used as a club by some gigantic creature, as well as a battle horn. A placard mounted beneath the horn reads, Cleansing Horn of Acheron. Put your head against the wall and try and blow the horn. Well, we've already made one fatal mistake, why not two? Try as you might, you can get no sound to issue from the massive horn. Your lips come away from the mouthpiece tasting of blood, smoke, and metal. Neat. Ivana, hello! Before you is a well-dressed elderly woman in a gown of peach-colored and golden thread. She stands quietly, her hands folded together primly, and nods in your direction. It's then that you notice that she has no pupils. Her eyes are entirely white. Greetings, sir. I am Ivana. Welcome to my galleria. Feel free to look about, spending as much time here as you like. Should you have questions regarding any of the pieces, do not hesitate to ask me about them. Also, please don't turn that stone statue back into a person. It would end badly for all of us. Questions? One moment, sir. Your voice. It's heavy with age and wounds. Would you be so kind as to permit me to touch your face? Yeah, go ahead. Ivana smiles, gently running her old hands over the skin of your face. She frowns, looking slightly puzzled. So many scars, both old and new. They seem to... She touches the side of your throat, flushes, then pulls away. Pardon me, sir. I was curious to see how far they went. It's fine. They're everywhere. My whole body is scarred. She nods. Questions? You know what the
hog scarred.
How scarred's the hog? Do you know what this little cube-like toy creature is? She takes the item and drags her fingers along it. She feels along the exterior of the object, then hands it back to you. It's more than just a well-crafted toy Modron, that's for certain. It may be some sort of puzzle box or a portal key. I know what a Modron is, so... what is this place? What is of interest here? I'm afraid that I do not go far beyond the Galleria, and I cannot help you with this matter. You might try and ask someone else. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? She's a night hag, one of the eldest Grey Sisters of the Wastes, who came to Sigil many centuries ago to pursue arcane experiments. It was believed that these experiments were against the lady's will, and that Ravel was thus banished from Sigil, imprisoned within one of the lady's mazes on the Ethereal, where her body rests to this very day. Ravel was said to have been a master of riddles and puzzles, but it was believed that one riddle, one question in particular, was said to have plagued the ancient night hag. What can change the nature of a man? Same one we heard in the story. She issued a challenge to any who were interested. She promised to instruct any who came to her in her craft if they could only answer the question to her satisfaction. If they could not, they consented to be her next meal. Many died coveting Ravel's teachings, and it's believed that until her final hours in Sigil, Ravel never discovered the answer to her question. Ravel's crime was believed to be some means of trying to shatter the cage, trying to crack open Sigil itself for some unknown reason. That's all I know. That's a lot. That was wonderful. Thank you. We're going to find work. Question about one of the pieces. I tried to blow your horn. It didn't work. The cleansing horn. Horn of beaten lead, metal drawn... A horn of beaten lead, metal drawn directly from the cube of Acheron. It's said that the cleansing horn last sounded where the companies of the Jackal and the Gouged Eye clans met for their battle at the Disputed Lands. Legends tell us that this horn's power was used near the battle's end to draw the floating cubes together, crushing the routing company of the Jackal before it could escape. Cubes? Acheron? Acheron is a plane of harshly enforced order. Conformity is more important than good. It's composed of giant metallic cubes which float through an endless void. Many cubes are large enough that cities or entire kingdoms have been built upon their faces. Neat. Different piece. The ruby statuette. That piece was found in a cathedral in the fertile fields of Elysium on the first layer, Amora the Untroubled, where it bordered the river Oceanus. The name of the piece is not known, but the skill and craftsmanship are believed to be one of the most striking examples of gem crafting in the plains. The mere way in which the piece captures, distills, and enhances the light through its facets is part of its breathtaking wonder. It seems to bring to light the possible ideological connection between even the most evil and the purest beings in the multiverse. Fascinating. Neat. Statue of the Screaming Man. Statue is believed to be the final fate of the Ethersarian sorcerer Gengroigadon. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness, he was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh into stone. Gengroigadon is said to have been frozen with a final awful curse still upon his lips, a curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. Said that the fury of the curse was enough to blister the flesh from the bones of those that heard it, and that it could even shatter the stones themselves. Cool. Hate that. Let's see. The birds?
My journal.
Neat. All of them are chipped from the great magical sheet of black infinite ice that rests in the black belly of the plane of Ocanthus. She pauses, tapping her chin. It's said that the sheet of ice is the final destination of the River Styx. We have River Styx ice. Perfect. I was looking for water. We got ice. It's close enough. That the recollections of all that have plunged into Styx's memory-destroying waters still lie frozen within the ice. Oh! If the waters of the Styx destroy one's memories, would this ice from Ocanthus do the same? I can only assume so, yes. Wonderful! Well, that's a success. Yeah. Alright. Let's hit the apothecary, and then we'll go do this other thing. Okay. Hello? Buddy, you okay? We just walked in, you went, ah! Which, I mean, fair. That's understandable. You see a wall-eyed fellow whose skin seems to writhe and ripple across his entire body. He's smacking his chapped lips with a blotched tongue. As you watch, his right eye moves independently of the left, focusing on you. A second later, the left one flicks over to look your way, then reverts to its original position. The right eye blinks. A strange gurgling comes from his throat. Greetings! The man gives a lopsided grin and points at himself with his right thumb. Pestle, I'm called the Alchemist. He points at himself again, this time with his left index finger. The name's Kiln. Need something? Are you alright? I am. His throat convulses for a moment, then relaxes. A large, green glowing pustule suddenly bursts from the side of his neck. Something you need, then? Hook! His throat clenches again, and a wave of quivering flesh swallows the blistering green pustule back beneath the skin of his throat. He coughs violently for a moment, then seems to relax. Phew. May I ask what happened to you? The left eye rolls upward in exasperation, the right eye looks askance. Too much to drink. Too much of what? Potions to drink. I'm a potion seller. Too many potions. His mouth slides down beneath his chin, his left nostril forms another one. The most I ever drank, that's for certain. Polymorphin, and brewed in limbo. Anything I can do to help him? The man's eyes turn inward to look at each other, then back to you. Dunno. He shudders. The mouth below his chin moves up to envelop the one his nostril formed. This sort of thing happens quite often. Can't seem to help but sample the stock. You find a way to help, the two of us will be grateful, sir. Okay. Sure. Sure. Question. Half of his mouth curls downward into a frown. He shakes his head. Work in the stockroom all day, I do. Suddenly, a third eye pops open at the bridge of his nose. The left one shifts sideways as the new eye takes its place. I speak only of the crack store, sir. That said, the skin of his face seems to eat the new eye, and the left one returns to its old location. This is incredible. Like, I don't want to cause you pain by being in here, but also, like, every description of what's going on with your whole thing is wild. All right. Let's go here. Hey, Alice. What do we have that makes polymorphing stop? Nothing, apparently, or I think we would have gotten some kind of, that. Give you the ring of almost invisibility.
Engaged.
Book looks like it is made from paper-thin silver sheets. The engraving of a woman is on the cover of the text, and there is a small lock on the side. No matter how you try, the lock resists your attempt to open it. Well, we're not trying to read her diary. Just curious what it was. Sometimes, even if you have the solution to someone's problem, you can't help them when you initially meet them. You have to talk to them twice. That's a fair point. That was what I was worried it was with, I guess I didn't click on the thing. That's what I was worried it was with Echo. But it didn't seem like that worked even a second time. Oh! Thank you. I've got this elixir of horrific separation. Think that'd help? I mean, with a name like that, what could go wrong? Both his eyes suddenly snap to the small bottle in your hands. He nods, smacking his lips. Here you go. Pestle Kiln takes the bottle in both his hands and places it beneath the counter. His left eye focuses on you, while his right hand concentrate on scribbling furiously on the countertop. We can use this to make something that'll fix us. Right on top. Right on up. Now, if you give us a moment, and we'll get it all worked, and we'll make you some healing steps for a reward. Yeah. Take your time. Other times you have to go talk to someone else first. Right, yeah. Just because it could be one thing doesn't mean it couldn't also be something else. I love that they're Kiln and Pestle. Greetings again, sir, and well met. And what is it I, Pestle, can do for you? Healing? Questions? Humblest apologies, sir, but I only speak of the store. Besides, I rarely leave the place, you see? You'd be better off finding another one to answer your questions. I'll buy something then.
No, I want your answers.
Probably not a terrible idea to buy some more. Yeah, these are the big ones. Let's go ahead and get a solid selection of... Yeah, okay. $2,000 for that seems worth it. This man's face closely resembles. Yeah, right, it's the other half. Greetings again. Name's Kiln. Need something? Questions? Work in the stockroom all day. No good to ask questions of. Now buy something then. You have to talk to Pestle about that. He handles all that sort of stuff. Alright, fair enough. Listen, I'm just happy that our Curiosity Shop purchases are paying off. Alright, now then, let's see. We got that. That goes to you, that goes to you, to you, and to you. You already have heart charms. Do you have heart charms? You have blood charms. Heart charms. What did this thing do again? We used it and I didn't even check. Pain mirror. Sounds fun. Let's put that in here. I don't know that these are going to be much use at this point. Heart charm for you. Heart charm for you. And yeah, we'll give you the cloud charm. Boop. Perfect. Alright. Now then. As I was saying. So hopefully this will... This is the swallow the spider to catch the fly chain that we were on earlier. Boop.
Done.
I'm going to chat with Montague just to see if there's any last follow-up to what we were doing here before. Oh, nope. Montague gone. Montague down. Oh yeah, did we... Hang on, we learned... The, like, rogue trainer name came up. Yeah, Geesis. You. Hi. Quick save before we do this. Sure, we'll stay for the lecture. Right, now listen up. This is the seminar on the war. If you're here to listen about the Blood War, take root. If you're not, you're in the wrong place. You best ump yourself comfort-loving Sigillian limber stems out of here. Blood War. More boring than listening to a governor recite laws. Let's find some young sensates who need to be indoctrinated in the ways of passion. No more, I want to hear this. Yada yada yada. Lore. Apologies, I'm not going to go into a whole Wikipedia article on the Blood War. I'm only talking to this guy because his name came up with an item we found. Question. Give me a little more on the Blood War itself. What started it? How does one get hired in the Blood War? Or is it fought? So you'll tell us no tales of the Blood War. Right. One, let me get you an example of what mate means to him. Get some mean-spirited mortal mercenaries together. Maybe a drop of a few million strong. Let them slaughter each other for no real reason at all. Pointless battle over some powers-forsaken piece of land. Guess where all those souls go? Where? Think that the plains are evil, and they fight on, where they can be ripped from the soup of the plain, and set to fight again as lemures or mains or whatever the pike had sod. The more of those sodden petitioners they get, the more troops they have. Fair enough. No more questions. Keep listening. And leave. Now, I want to talk to you personally. Oh, man. Okay, fine. But yeah, Geese's name came up with, like, one of the items we have. And I was hoping that that would let us, like, ask about it. But apparently no. Right, Montague's busy ignoring his fiancée. And also us, which is, you know, the smarter of the two options. Merriman. Oh, Merriman. You want to forget? I can help. Take this mug. It holds a dark bird of Ocanthus, a sliver of ice from the river Styx. It should wipe your memories clean. Merriman takes the mug and removes a piece of paper from his pocket, tilts the mug back, and takes the ice into his mouth. It melts instantly, leaving it with a somewhat startled expression. See, this is why we should have gotten the keys first. Merriman?
Updated my journal.
Merriman looks at you confused, then at the paper in his hands. Okay, good. He thought of this. He reads aloud, "Congratulations, Merriman. You've begun again. Thank the man in front of you and give him the key in your pocket. Speak to Splinter, the man at the door of this building, for more information." He looks to you again. "Well, it would seem I owe you thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find this Splinter fellow and find out what's going on. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you having more of a contingency plan than I did. Purely by chance, you ask the question that makes him stop talking first. Oh. Well, let's see what this is all about then. Alright, so, stay for the lecture. I want to hear this. Keep listening. Keep listening. Keep listening. Keep listening. 17 keep listenings later. Remain silent? Keep listening. Okay. Feels like I went too far. All right. Around we go again. Uh-huh. 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 Ask a question. What started the Blood War? Go on. Go on. Are two evil races fighting? Go on. See something else. Does one get hired? Go on. So how do you survive the Blood War? Aha, aha. There we go. Okay, we just had to find the right dialogue path. How'd you survive the Blood War? The man's face darkens. Aye. Well, that's the one thing I won't speak of, Cutter. Suffice to say, a man does what he has to do to escape the war. But a woman named Rishika told me you had to murder your own men to survive the war. Man's face becomes red with anger. Watch your mouth, Cutter! It's a lie. Foul, foul lie. You balmy John with a fiend over the war and believing every word of it? That's what she told me. I didn't say I took it as truth. I'll tell you what happened, Beck. It's part of the company of the Blazing Effigy. I serve the flaming turd. Part of its original number was 53 mortal mercenaries. There are only 9 of us remained. Camped somewhere in Avernus. Avernus? Avernus we were, awaiting reinforcements for the battle. Uh-huh. Well, my tour was nearly done. In fact, I was to leave after that battle. Trouble was, had I died there, I would have been there forever. Too much blackness, too much evil in my heart. Would have ended up a petitioner of Beator, an eternal soldier in the war. Uh-huh. Me and 2 other lads fled like dogs. That's what happened. We scurried across the plain for a handful of days before we came to this great pillar of living heads. An awful sight it was. They jabbered and hissed at us, calling for us to come closer. That night I stole away from the others and went to talk to the pillar. And? Geesus shuts his eyes and rubs at his temples. I asked this pillar how I might be freed. I might escape Beator. It told me in exchange for 2 of my brothers. To me, at the time, it was just math. Sure sounds like you murdered him. Not sure if I'll forgive myself. I'm just a soldier who's looking for a place to die. Trying to erase the stain of evil. Cleanse my inner Geesus before I die and return to the Blood War. I lecture here to keep people away from it. Prevent them from ever having to make a choice like that. Perhaps I should spread the word around. I'm sure people would love to know exactly how you made it through the war. That seems mean. And I'm not actually sure it's correct. It is probably the thing that, like, gets us do more stuff. But sometimes more stuff is not worth it. That's fine. Right. This is the last bit then. Some of you are sensates, so I got one thing to say. Don't sign up to see what the fucking Blood War is about. Don't be a balmy idiot. Use a sensory stone if you got to know. Stay the hells away from anything to do with the Blood War for real. Just not worth it. 'Tis not worth it at all. That's the end of this session. Farewell. Okay, you know what? I'm happy we went with that option. It's still rude, but at least we got some lore out of it. 35 stream streak. Christ on a cracker. Thank you for being here so often and putting up with this nonsense. All right, now that we have the keys, go get these two to Laura, who can then help us with Echo, who can then help us with Ravel. I think blackmailing him was just cash. That seemed reasonable, right? Like that's what I would expect it to be. Delora. Quick save, just in case this goes badly. Delora. Delora's eyes flash as she sees you. Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys? Here they are.
Dated my journal.
Hooray! At last. She takes the keys from your grasp, her hand brushes against yours. Her skin's dry, but icy to the touch, like cold metal. These will be of great use to me, I thank you. Questions? Echo.
Dated my journal.
Yes, her name is Echo. Her voice, and in fact her every means of communication, was stolen and destroyed. Echo's words once wooed away the paramour of the godling Paramecia. Paramecia, in a jealous rage, tore away Echo's voice, sealed it within a crystal vial, hurled it into a Megagalamdraga. Megagalamdraga's maw. Megagalamdraga's maw. Alright. Echo's voice is forever lost to her. Only another new voice could return to her the ability to communicate once more. I know this because I spoke to Maramish's paramour myself once. Okay, maybe now we can use the tongue? We'll find out. Ravel? I know that she was, or is, should she still be numbered among the living, a night hag of great power and an estimable evil. Lady of Pain banished her to an extra-dimensional prison for crimes against the city of Sigil. You'd do well to speak to Eve of her. She knows a great many tales and can likely tell you Ravel's. Awesome, thank you.
I feel stronger.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. This isn't 5th ed, so I think we could potentially, yeah, okay. We could just raise intelligence to the roof and just go all in. Getting charisma to 20 isn't bad. It's a better use of our, like, that's a short-term gain. Let's go for intelligence. Let's just get this smart as hell. Okay. Well, that's neat. Let's go back and talk to Echo now. Questions? Can communicate. Alright. These are all everybody else's theories. Was your voice stolen?
Updated my journal.
She nods vigorously, clasping. Got it, we had to know the right theory. All the other girls had rumors that were wrong. Got it. Okay, I like that, actually. I like that a lot. 25 is the cap on attributes. That I remembered it being... I think I remembered it being 24, but maybe that's because 24 was as much as I bothered to ever get anything to. Nods vigorously, clasping her hands together and smiling at you. Do you know of any way to get your voice back? She shakes her head, her face wrought with frustration. She suddenly looks at you pleadingly, as if expecting an answer. I swear to find a way to return your voice. I'll look for something that would give you a voice.
Updated
Farewell.
my journal.
Hey, I'm back. Got a fiend's tongue. Hell yes. All right. Or hells yes? Or fiends in the abyss? Can't remember. She raises her eyebrow and gives you a skeptical look. Told that should you place it in your mouth, you'll regain the ability to communicate. She nods and takes the bottle from you. She gingerly picks out the severed tongue from the briny solution and, after staring at it for a moment in disgust, understandable, places it into her mouth. Suddenly, her eyes widen and there is a burst of reddish light from between her lips. You alright? Echo opens her mouth, closes it, and then opened it once more and speaks! I can speak again. Oh, joy! I think, damn thee to the darkest of pits, thou stench-ridden worm! Kneel before me in supplication, insect! We knew there might be some side effects. Yikes. Echo yelps and covers her mouth with both hands. Her eyes are wide with panic. Well, it's the fiend's tongue.
My journal.
She slowly takes her hands away from her mouth, nodding. It seems like I must devour thy frail shell and consign thy soul to the abyss for all eternity. Thou shalt serve in my as my battle thrall, till the plains grind to a halt. Thou art mine, mine, mine. Echo shuts her mouth again and begins to softly, quietly weep. Wait, try these Davis tears. Sure, okay, so if it's a fiend tongue and we have, like, angel tears, is this going to be like matter and antimatter? If her head explodes, I'm going to feel real bad. Should soothe the tongue's cursing.
My journal.
He nods, smiling, and takes the vial from you. Echo places a few of the sparkling blue drops on her tongue. I believe the tears are working. Yes, they are! I can speak in my own voice once more. Oh, how thank you. Echo squeezes your hand and bows her head gratefully, her eyes welling up with tears. I'm happy to help. It was my pleasure to help. Goodbye.
Knowing the teachings of Zertham,
I'm back again.
have become stronger.
Questions? Ravel. Echo nods and lowers her voice. In fact, I do. Not only does she exist, she has children. She what? Where can I find them?
Updated my journal.
One of them is here at times. Kasai Saris. She's a child of Ravel's, though she is loath to accept the fact. Who could blame her? I have never gotten her to admit it, though I'm sure 'tis true. Fascinating! Thanks, Echo. You're the best. Oh, Kasai! Did you hear us talking? We were like 5 feet away. If you give her the fiend tongue before buying the tears go on at 10 times markup? Yeah, that seems correct. God, 10 times markup. That's brutal. Oh my goodness. I wish we had a spare fiend's tongue and I could just shove it into Mort. That'd make his taunts be better immediately. Greetings once again. Something I can do for you. Are you Ravel's daughter? What? Where did you hear such a thing? Echo.
Updated my journal.
Ridiculous. I think I'd know if that wicked hag was my own mother. Stop bothering me about it. Who is your mother, then? I don't know, all right? My father raised me. I never knew her, but I don't look like a night hag, do you? Well, there's the skin and the eyes and maybe the teeth. Perhaps we'll speak later when I'm no longer in the mood. Farewell. Well, we may have screwed up there. Go ahead. Get out. I said, let's dip out. And right back in.
All right.
We have to count on Kasai Saris not having object permanence. Are you Ravel's daughter? Just a rumor. Who's your mother, then? No, of course not. Fair. Huh. Alright. Your mother, then. Yes. Alright. Maybe we have to rest. Modron stares at you quietly. Questions? Can't remember if we've already asked them about... Oh, you're the nosy snoops. I've heard that Kasai Saris is Ravel's daughter. Is that true? Were we to hypothesize certainty regarding which Ravel has been referred to, we would still possess no means of determining whether or not Ravel was the mother of Kasai. Is there more than one? Cannot state such as fact. We must consider that no less than 11,032 planes are infinite in scope, of which no less than 3,701 are populated with sentient beings, which use individual names. Therefore stands to reason that at any one moment in time there would be an infinite number of beings so named. Well, I can't follow the logic. You know what this little cube toy is? The object is a portal cube. The user is to position the appendages of the portal cube in such a manner that it will activate. Once activated, the portal cube shall transport the user to whichever destination it was tuned to during its creation. And what's the position? We do not have that information. 97% of all portal cubes function in a slightly different manner. We were not present at the construction of this one. Alright. Should the subject desire to utilize the portal, it would need to determine its method of operation. Yes. Well, by experimentation. Well. Why didn't you just say so? Use. Small metal toys replica. Okay, so our options are manipulate the toy and look for some sort of effect, or move the arms and make sword fighting noises.
Sword fighting noises.
Let's try to make this thing happen.
Sword fighting noises.
Bend, twist, and... Okay, I'm going to have to take notes for this, because I have a feeling this is a trial and error thing. Unless there's somewhere we can learn it. Don't tell me, obviously. Bend, twist, and rotate the toys. We did sword fighting noises last time, and also we had it insult Mort. So, bend, twist, and rotate the toys at various points of articulation, noting that the limbs often suddenly revert to their original position. Oh, interesting. Okay. Finally, as you bend its left knee, the toy makes an odd pop and shudders in your hand. Okay, so we've got left arm, right arm. And we've got the knee. Excuse me. All right.
I'm not going to let you chase the bird. I'm sorry. You're very adorable, but I'm not letting
Okay, so we got 5 options. Let's try rotate the left arm. Then suddenly revert to the original positions with a soft click. Oh, we have 6 options now. Interesting. All right. So that was rotate. The right arm. Okay. I don't know how many things. Extend the left wing. Okay. Extend the right wing. Okay. That did nothing. And the left knee makes an odd pop. Okay. All right. So we're looking for. Got it. All right. So that makes me think that left knee is actually the correct one. All right, so then let's try the right knee. No, left knee, right wing. Left knee, left wing. Ah, okay. Left knee, left wing, left arm. No. Left knee, left wing, right arm. No. Left knee, left wing, right wing. Right wing. Welcome to the rest of the stream, everyone. Okay. Left arm. Yeah, alright. That's why we can get back there fast. Left wing, right arm. There's a whir, a click, and then a blinding white light suddenly explodes. Oh no. It's a bomb. It's not Modron Foyer.
What a curious construct this is.
Well. Good news, everyone. We have a portal somewhere. Hi? Friendly Quadrone? See a cube with 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 small wings sprouting from its sides. On the front of the cube is an animated face. As you approach, the creature focuses its eyes upon you. Well, you know how it's gotta go. Greetings! Creature focuses emotionless eyes on you. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to Rubicon. It's not the Rubik's Cube. It's Rubicon. The Dungeon Construct. Thank you for choosing Rubicon for your dungeoneering experience. You may access Rubicon through this door. What is it? Creature stares at you without answering. What's a Dungeon Construct? Creature blinks, but gives no indication that it has heard your question. Cool, I've got to go. Alright, let's... I'm not just going to quick save. We're going to go ahead and branch save here, just in case this goes heinously wrong. Low threat construct. You see a mechanical man with a pale green skin. Though it is obviously a construct, it does have an animated face, which is scowling at you. Greetings! Creature suddenly stops scowling at you and adopts a look of mock terror. Eek! It is the hero! Sent here, no doubt, to slay the evil one! Woe to me! The hapless construct on duty at the time of his arrival! What are you going on about? Creature places its hands on its hips and frowns at you. The plot, you dolt! Stick to the plot! You expect me to play my part if you don't cooperate?
This is one
We're
of
in a
my
LARP.
favorite parts.
We have found a Modron LARP. Where were we? Oh, I remember. I was about to trounce you. It leads to the attack. Well,
One of my favorite.
this is incredible. Nope, that's not the spell I wanted. This is the spell I wanted. All that lightning.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Save. Let's save these for now. Let's Rain of Anger this guy, see how tough everyone is. Have you attack them? Really should have found Anna a magic weapon by now, and I'm sad that I didn't. Skull Mob. Skull Mob.
Yes.
We'll hang on to your spells for now.
Insert the model.
Holy moly. Bone Dagger. I was looking for. Alright, so we get this. Bag of coins. Give it to the thief. Our trustworthy thief. Give this to the skull in case he gets kidnapped again. Well, alright. Hang on, come back here. That's not a door? That's totally a door. I love Lothred's construct. Yeah, I mean, charmed me pretty much immediately. Ah, good, they're back. See a mechanical man with pale green skin. Greetings! Die in the name of the evil wizard! What evil wizard? Creature stops waving its weapon and pauses to think for a moment. The one that doesn't exist until you set the Rubicon Dungeon construct to hard difficulty level. Boy, you will be in trouble then. Meanwhile, die in the name of the evil wizard! We can set it to hard mode. There are difficulty settings.
Each good dungeon master does difficulty settings.
Amazing. I should level up Dakon before I forget a third time. Great. Okay. What the fuck? Game is very silly. What have I got in terms of... Did I gain extra? I did. Go to gold. Okay. I want this as a full game. It kind of feels like it's a roguelike isn't the word, but like it has the formula of Hades. Creature suddenly stops scowling at you and a dog's like, eek, it's the hero! I don't have time for this. Farewell. Nay, Snake, you cannot flee the terror that stands before you. When one transgresses as you have, one must pay the price.
Time is over.
I mean, we're making back all the money that we spent on the curiosities, at least. Through we go. Greetings? Oh, okay, it's one of you guys again. What are you doing? Apparently enacting the frightened minion who meets the hero for the first time. To arms, fellow constructs! Yeah, it's a construct LARP. I love it. A goodie? It looks like a small stone rod of some sort. Interesting, but useless. Well, we're taking that. Jagged bolts. Might be useful later. Give this to you. Now I'll hang on to the goodie. This is incredible. What are you? I am the dungeon inhabitant that's going to attempt to kick your arse!
Die. Done.
So, given the meta that Modrons made this,
Uh-huh.
and that Modrons are polyhedral dice,
Uh-huh.
you start to wonder if Modrons are just actually self-aware
Are-
of the
Are Modron
right, of
the polyhedral dice of D&D?
right, they're
as
just aware
characters?
of the role-playing game context that they're actually in. Is
That would be very
conventional
Deltarune if so.
reality.
Yeah. I love that. What are you doing? Who are you? Your hapless victim? This can't be happening, can it? Ah, but it is! How about ye, Dave? Amazing.
Damn.
I do also want to see this on hard difficulty. I wonder if we finish it the normal way, will that unlock a new difficulty mode in traditional video game style? Ooh, nice. This to you. Probably don't need to keep the copper rings at this point. I'm not sure they're worth it. Okay, we don't have it yet, and I don't want to spend a thingy on it because we don't have it. Hang on, come back here. Not that one. Where's the one we've identified? The beer goggle. I did read that right. Usable only by Modrons. Do we get a Modron friend? Greetings? Grrr. We're supposed to be frightened by that? Grrr. Makes a feeble, threatening gesture towards you. Grrr. I asked if I'm supposed to be frightened by that. Yes. Grrr is a sound indicative of a threat. I've included an appropriate gesture to add weight to the threat. Fear is the anticipated response, which will give me the advantage in the fight that follows. Amazing. I'm not sure what's funnier, the fact that the only item that we've gotten that is exclusive to a Modron companion is literally cursed beer goggles. Oh, hey, never mind. That one's actually pretty good. Let me give all the goggles to Dakon. You can just hold on to these. Go this way this time. Greetings? I don't have time for this for a while. More like a haunted house put on by a high school chess club.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this threat level, for sure. Ooh, portal lens. That seems important.
What do you expect? Only like D4s and D6s.
This magical device can form a gateway to other locations by temporarily attaching itself to known existing portals. This allows the user to access a portal without traveling to it. Interesting. It's very handy. Zute.
Done.
There's no one in this one. Let's keep going forward.
I'm gone.
Oh no, am I retracing my steps? I guess let's go this way. Is there a map? There's no map. The map is just this room. Well. Hooray! Engineering room.
You're looking at the GM's notes.
See a cube with 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 small wings. Greetings. Greetings. Questions? State your question. What is this place? Rubicon Dungeon Construct Project. And that is? Rubicon. Project goal is to determine the dynamics, both social and asocial, surrounding the environment commonly construed as a dungeon, and to attempt to explain the aberrations that tend to occur in such environments. How do you intend to do that? Rubicon is capable of forming a series of rooms linked in such a fashion as to form what is commonly referred to as a dungeon. Each dungeon can have one of 3 difficulty settings, easy, normal, or hard. The dungeon is then populated with monsters, traps, and treasure according to the difficulty level chosen. After creation, the dungeon can be fully explored. What's this humming sound? Rubicon is a worthy accomplishment, and we are content. Said something about aberrations? Queries to be answered. What attracts people to dungeons? Why do people often seek to enter them if they are places of such danger? Why are dungeons there in the first place? What are the dynamics of a workable dungeon? We do not understand. I do not. I'd like to try out one of these dungeons. Request denied. Project halted due to accident. What accident? Dungeon construction became unstable. Cause uncertain. Failsafes activated, causing dungeon to collapse. Cause uncertain. Portal lens malfunction, causing contact with home plane of Mechanus to be severed. Cause uncertain. Reset of dungeon necessary. Then reset it. Reset can only be initiated by Project Director. Project Director disintegrated. Oh no! Oh no! Portal lens has malfunctioned and contact with Mechanus severed. Cannot acquire replacement director from Mechanus. Mechanus. I said it right the first time, and then I started questioning myself.
No. Brandon pronounces it the wrong way.
That he also does it because he does it with Avernus. Yeah.
I have the original. So when this game came out on CD, it had a bunch of resource files and GIF files for how to pronounce things.
I love that.
Which is why I know I'm right.
You get this straight. You can't reset without a director, but you can't get a director without resetting. Assessment correct. Project halted. Look, I'm an adventurer. I've been through some dungeons in my day. Why not let me be your director? The room is suddenly filled with a buzzing sound that just suddenly subsides. Assistants, welcome. You are now project director. This has literally happened to me in a workplace before. Advise on next task. Reset the dungeon. Initializing reset. Room is filled with low thrumming sound that can be felt rather than heard. Collapsing existing dungeon. Sound rises in power until the floor begins to vibrate. Initializing new dungeon. Floor rises in volume until you think your head is about to explode. Suddenly the room goes quiet. Reset complete. Dungeon construction status easy. Awaiting further instructions. Questions? I want to create a dungeon to explore. Select a difficulty. Hard. Collapsing current dungeon. Initializing new dungeon. Dungeon created. Awaiting further instructions. That's all for now. Well, you are now Gladys. Oh no. I think at best I'm Wheatley. The part where he kills you. So, select a difficulty. Me. On that note, we're going to run our second set of ads. So 3 more minutes of ads to knock out pre-rolls for the remainder of our stream. And then we'll try out the new dungeon that the Modrons have made us. This is fantastic. This genuinely could be the rest of the game, and I would not be mad. I hope we actually get out of it, but at the same time, this is kind of fun. This is kind of they made it full of silly little guys. That's how I make dungeons when I run games. Anyway, 3 more minutes of ads coming in right now. See you soon. Ugh, Harry Potter ads. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. All right. All this. Where's it going? I'm going to try to rest. We're going to see what happens. Hooray! Good, we can go into hard mode with all of our spells. That seems very, prudent. Speaking of all of my spells, identify this thing. Also cursed. What? Alright, that's it. We're ditching this. We're ditching this. Alright. Alright. You got it? You want me to help? Or?
I'm gonna see if I can figure out what's
Done.
Alright. We may have to pause due to kitty stuff. See a cube with 2 arms, 2 legs. Yeah. Greetings. Okay, cool. We're just back at the beginning now. Every time I see a Harry Potter branded snacks at my grocery store, I'm compelled to flip off the display.
Posture is not a field where they feed the cows.
Oh, thank you. See a mechanical man with volcanic red skin along one arm. Watches your approach with a wary eye. Greetings? Greetings, intruder. What makes you think I'm an intruder? Because you are not one of us. Therefore, you're an intruder. As an intruder, you must die. Fair enough. Alright, everybody attack this one. We're gonna... Force missiles.
I hear your words.
Power of 1 yourself.
Yeah?
Sure. Give it a shot.
I'm listening.
Yeah, let's just have you attack for now.
Spell got disrupted.
Ow. Oh, that's the skulls. And I'm dead. Okay, so it turns out hard mode is hard. Shocking, I know. God, that spell just goes forever. Thought you meant Hewlett Packard for a minute. I'm surprised they made snacks. Understood the impulse. I mean, yeah. Well, That went poorly. We try again. Can I have someone other than me be the opening salvo, maybe?
I will hear
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm here.
Let's go ahead and do a prayer. Preemptively heal. We might not be able to do this one, honestly. Yeah, I think we're toast. Yeah, it took all of that to get one of them down, and we lost. Yeah. All right. Well. Let's go ahead and finish finding our way out of here. It was a nice thought. Maybe we'll come back when we're higher level. Does anyone remember where we parked? Okay, that's the loop. to you again. Greeting, questions. What is this place? What exactly is that? What aberrations are we talking about? Should I say I instead of we? What accident? Why don't you reset it? Need a director? I'm a director. Reset the dungeon. Must be going now. Farewell. Now the real question, of course, is how do I leave? We can't complete the place. We can only go in or back to engineering. Do we have to use the little guy again? Bend the left knee until the leg forms a 15-degree angle. Unfold both wings to maximum extension, then rotate the right arm 180 degrees in its socket. There was a whir, a click, and then click, 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 and then a little whir. Nothing happens. Console yourself by moving the arms and making sword fighting noises. Wave its arms and make cheering noises. Bend the left knee. Yeah, all right. Fine. Okay, so we can't use that to leave from here. Where was the, yeah, this. Hooray! Okay, this gets us out. Take me to Clerk's Ward. Hooray! All right. That feels like good design. Okay. So, you were thinking, that's the Sweet Earth. Wonderful. All right. Well. Now what? Well, we have... did we rest? Not in this timeline. Can we rest out here? Probably not. Where could we go to rest, do we think? I don't think the Advocate's going to let us there. Sure. Guess we could try it. The Modron who resets the dungeon should also be able to send you home. I looked for that. I didn't see an option to do so. But honestly, they've hidden enough options 2 or 3 conversation levels deep that... Which is good because the portal ends as a random drop. Well, I'm glad that we got lucky then. Rest down here. Can't rest anywhere in this town. I just want to sleep.
All right.
Has enough time passed? Probably not. You know anything about Rebel? You seem suddenly upset. Other questions? Are you her daughter? Echo told me. Who's your mother? Yeah, alright. Still think we need to, like, just come back at another time. I think I want to try resting in Undersigil. Everything go okay?
If it happens again, we're taking care of it.
I agree.
Some of it was in her mouth, and I don't know if it's because it dripped into her mouth.
Mm.
It's actually...
Yeah. Okay. Our kitty has a nosebleed. You can rest here only with permission, which seems fair. In Baldur's Gate 3, you can set up a picnic anywhere. Yeah, I kind of missed that. Like, I get it. It does actually make more sense that you can just sleep wherever, although maybe less sense in the hive. But from a gameplay perspective, it's a little frustrating sometimes. Alright, now that we've rested, let's see if that's what she means by later.
done.
Me again. Are you Ravel's daughter? Mother. In the eyes. Okay. It's one of those where it's like, do I have to ask a very specific sequence? Do I need another item? Do I have to talk to someone else? Right. Maybe I should ask Eve? Let's ask everybody. Let's just. I heard that Kasai Saris is Ravel's daughter.
Dated my journal.
Ah, okay, here we go. Two have heard such a rumor, but I do not know. Perhaps another of the women here can give you the answer, if not Kasai herself. Ask Juliet. She and Kasai were once good friends. Perfect. Okay, that's what I needed. Leave the armoire of indecency alone. Oh, Juliet. Heard Kasai Saris is Ravel's daughter.
Dated my journal.
Ravel. Ah, I thought I might have heard that name before. No, not the truth of it, but I have heard such a rumor. You may wish to speak with Kamaxi Adderton. The very same question. They're half-sisters. Interesting. Thank you. I appreciate how often the quests in this particular brothel involve just sharing rumors between the sisters. Questions? Students, pardon me. I heard you're Kasai Saris' half-sister. Yes, I'm related to that chubby, mewling, hook-nosed daydreamer. Same father, different mothers. So, hoping you could help me find out if she really is Ravel's daughter.
My journal.
Normally, I'd loathe to help you like this, but I have a feeling I'd upset that flirting, preening doxy good and well. Tell her to ask our father. He's a powerful Cambion, so she ought to be able to call him right there and then. I'll let you get your answer. Cambion? Yes, Cambion. Didn't hear me the first time? Yours all stopped up with the last of your brains running out of them? I'm asking what one is. Hey, you're clueless. I love that they always say capital C clueless.
They're referring to somebody else.
Yeah. A half-fiend, Berg, sort of like you, but you're half-dung, I think. You smell at any rate. Better than half you, Kamaxi. You wish you were half Kamaxi, Sod. If you ended up with a goat's bum on your shoulders, it'd be better than that scarred-up face of yours. This is fun. We should do this again. Alright. Where did Kasai Saris go? There she is. Me again. Questions? Talk to Kamaxi. She told me she's your half-sister and that Ravel's your mother. That hell is how I loathe that woman. Why would you even believe that sort of tripe? She says that you deny it and in fact may not know it, but that it's true. She said you could ask your father, that he would tell you.
My journal.
She stares at you silently for a time. Give me a moment. She turns from you and begins to mutter softly. The air seems to shimmer around her slightly. It fills with a coppery smell like warm blood. I'll wait. Kasai remains turned away from you for a moment before finally coming to face you. I did not want to believe that wicked hag may have been my mother. I've lived long, do not appear to age, and have disturbing dreams sometimes. But still, I do not wish to be the inheritor of the evil she caused, nor draw the lady's gaze as my mother did. Such evil things she did. Tell me what you know of her. I heard she would pose impossible riddles to people. Riddles she could answer, but no one else could. She would devour the person if they answered incorrectly, or leave them dangling in her horrifying gardens as examples to all. Those few who somehow escaped she tormented in their dreams, riding them like steeds, breaking their wills, and hurling their souls into colorless oblivion of the Grey Waste. Her magic was said to be beyond anything most had ever seen. Its imagination woven from nightmare and given substance, stone and solid shapes bent to her will like soft clay. Laws of the plains would bend beneath her feet, and from nothing she could weave illusion, and from illusion weave realities that could horrify and kill and confound. She was a mistress of all the dark arts, mistress and master of them all. She hounded a governor that dared, quote, sigil law to her with shadows that devoured him. All but his tongue, his fingers, and the flesh of his face. She turned mercy killers inside out and shattered buildings of those who displeased her. Terrible, terrible powers were at her command. She changed her shape like water, would use it to destroy some for amusement, to steal knowledge from others. She was a monster, like all who have been spawned from the Grey Wastes. In the end, she threatened to open the cage and let in the fury of the plains come rolling in like a wave. Fortunately, she did not succeed. She existed solely to cause malice. I do not know if she's dead, but I know now that she was my mother. Oh, that I had tears so that I could weep sorrow. Try and comfort her. She suddenly falls into your arms, shuddering as if she were racked with sobs. For a time, Kasai simply stands there, clinging to you, but then she pushes away. Thank you, but I'll be fine. I just need some time to think about it, that's all. I hate to ask this now, but I need you to give me a piece of yourself. Pardon? The portal key to Rebellis Mage is a piece of her, and you are of her blood. It's close enough. You intend to seek her out? What would you need of me? Blood, most likely, a drop or two. But do you have somewhere to carry it? A piece of cloth, like a handkerchief or something? There's a handkerchief, I think, somewhere in the brothel. We just have to go find it again. Nope, I don't. I'm sure there's one in the brothel somewhere. Bring it here when you find it, alright? I'll give you the blood then.
Updated my journal.
Alright. I know we found it. I just don't remember where. I didn't want to steal it because A, there were already been a whole bunch of thefts, and B, we didn't need a handkerchief at the time. And that is a lesson to myself about leaving seemingly useless things behind. Nope. Handkerchief. There she is. Ravel did a lot of terrible things, but at least she also turned mercy killers inside out. Handkerchief.
Updated my journal.
Sai takes the handkerchief and gingerly pricks the tip of her finger on one of her fangs. After letting several drops of blood soak into the claw, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's horribly powerful and completely evil. Good luck. Thanks and farewell.
Following the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Alright.
My blade has shifted.
Wonderful. Well. I'm glad we have the portal lens. We should probably sell stuff before we go so we have maximum inventory. Let's go do that. And then, yeah. You think Ravel Puzzlewell is in some versions of deities and demigods. That's awesome. Apothecary seems like a decent place to sell.
Done.
Stuff. If that doesn't work, we'll go to a curiosity shop. Puzzle. Buy something. By which I mean sell something. Nope, won't buy it. All right. Can I sell any of my stuff to you? No. Okay. Out we go. Once I can remember where the door is. Really thought it was this door-shaped contraption. There we go. Way more creative than Baldur's Gate 3 Hag. She just goes, give baby. I hope she says it just like that. And the game crashed. Seems appropriate. Still in the process of crashing. Still trying to crash. There we go. How we doing?
She's complaining.
That's fair. I would complain too if I had a nose. I do complain when I have a nosebleed. Buy the charms. Selling everything. We can't sell the bags of coins? That seems like a problem. I know this one's actually good. We'll sell these. Holding on to the rest just in case. Oh yeah, we can sell this back to you now that we've used it. That's neat. I'm going to hang on to the Gorgon Salve. We might use that for somebody else. Someone who doesn't immediately curse us to death. Alright. Save there. So, okay. And actually, let's, branch save here. Then we're going to do the silly thing. Oh. I was going to say we're going to do the silly thing of using this, but we can't use it.
I'm gone.
Huh. And, do we need to talk to Lothar again? Before we do that, actually, hang on. We're standing right here with Fall from Grace. Let's chat with our new companion.
Yes?
Hello. Oh, Can you teach me anything of the art? No, I don't believe so. The art and the disciplines I practice are different. How do you mean? My powers, as you see them, stem from my faith, not from manipulating energies that the art does. The art's a mechanism by which the power of the multiverse may be harnessed, through gestures, rituals, and devices. My powers come to me through different means. My faith in the nature of my belief allows some of the multiverse to reveal itself to me. And what do you believe in? I believe in experience. I believe a person may be changed for the better. The more of the multiverse they are allowed to perceive, and the more the multiverse is allowed to perceive them. My belief in the nature of experience allows me to... I suppose the best explanation is that my faith allows me to see things differently. When you see the multiverse in such a way, you learn how to change things, mending wounds, seeing a person's heart, so on, just by willing them to happen. Those changes you make seem a lot like spells. How do you learn to do those things? Do you have a spell book? No, my spells, they come to me after I've rested and centered myself. When I sleep and awaken, I can focus myself once more. The amount of faith required to change the multiverse around me can be quite taxing on the psyche, I'm afraid. Just being able to see how to change things is not enough. You must have the strength to make the change happen. Always relevant.
Yes?
Other questions? How'd you come at the name Fall from Grace? The meaning of my names is a complicated subject. There's much to be said and a great deal that is better left unsaid. Is it your real name? Perhaps, perhaps not. There are names which are given and names which are earned. Who is to say which is the real one? I think the name which is earned carries the greater weight. Sure, I attach any value to a name, says the nameless one. Truly? A name is a cloak of letters thrown across a person, nothing more. A name can sometimes tell you something about a fraction of the person, maybe even help to find that person. It's not who the person is. Point is well taken. So why are you called Fall from Grace? Would it matter? It's but a cloak of letters. It matters to me. I'd like to know how you came to be called that. I have fallen from my people. Some would say risen from my people, but fall feels more right to me. Does that make sense? It does. Fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Yes, perhaps that's why it felt as it did. Came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. Are you sure you've come to terms with it? Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue of her eyes. It's turbulent, like the ocean before a storm. I had thought so. In speaking to you, you have caused me to realize some things. You have my thanks. Well, if you want to talk about it, let me know, all right? You are most kind. I will do so.
Yes?
Didn't see anything about never use weapons, questions about our travels. You know, Revel, the Blood War. Can I read your diary? No, absolutely not. Okay. Let's go back to... Go back here first. What is a name? A miserable cloak of letters. People love Fall from Grace. I think she's a bit too philosophy 101 professor. True, Bad Road is right. That is her job. It doesn't necessarily make her compelling as a character. But I do... That conversation actually has endeared her to me more than a lot of other things. I do like ruminating on the notion of names. Eve. Trade a tale. Alley of Lingering Sighs. The Silent King. That's one of your companions. Anna. I'm not good at telling such things. I'm not. Don't ask me for such nonsense now. I'd very much like to hear your story. Please share your story, Anna. Come on already. Oh no, that's more. Come on already, Fiendling. You already have one tail you won't part with. Anna looks uncomfortable, her tail lashing slowly back and forth. Well, I know one story. You might not like it, you won't. So don't be blaming me for choking it out of me. Go ahead. Anna scowls and finally relents with an exasperated sigh. I heard a story when I was a wee lass. This Burke's walking home real late, near Antipeak. Passes an old toothless crone in a dark and otherwise empty street. Where are you going? She asked him. Home to me wife and Kip, he says. Near the Slags, she asked. Sure enough, he says. So she asks him a favour, to take a box she's got to Debtor's Pit and give it to the woman there. Now this Burke's a real sap. Too nice to say no, despite the fact he's sure something's not quite right about this old crone. He agrees. But what's the woman's name? He asks. Where does she live? Where should I look for her if it's not in the Debtor's Pit? The woman hands him the box, a wooden thing wrapped in coloured cloth. Tells him to just go, and she'll be there. Finally, she warns him, whatever he does, do not open the box. So, he takes it home with him, hides it in the rafters, thinking he'll bring it by Debtor's Pit when it's light out. His wife, though, seeing him hiding the box, gets right jealous, thinking it's a gift for a lover or something. Opens it up as soon as he's not looking. Well, it turns out the box was full of gouged out eyes and severed male members with the hair still on them. Her scream brought the Burke running. He remembered what the crone said, got right scared, and wrapped the box back up. He went out straight away to Debtor's Pit, and sure enough, there was another old hag waiting there for him. He hands her the box, and she says to him, This box has been opened and looked into. The poor Burke tries to deny it, but she gets this dreadful look on her face. You've done something horrible, she tells him, then disappears. That done, he hurries back to his Kip. He's feeling ill when he gets back, takes to bed. His wife bitterly regretted opening the box and all, but it was too late. The next day, he died of a rotten disease, and the first things to go was his eyes and stem. That was a wonderful tale, Anna. Never hesitate to share it. Now I've one for you and your companion, the Parched Land. Once a large village was struck by a terrible drought. Farmer journeyed to the worshipping stone and again implored it as to the cause of the drought. He asked the stone why it did nothing when the fields were parched and dying, why the animals, the people suffered while the stone did not a thing. Have we not given enough offerings? The farmer asked, begging almost upon his hands and knees, but the stone did not respond, it merely sat and cast its shadow. Aha. Questions? Rebel. It's the same story.
Updated my journal.
Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim that the hag still lives. Echo is one such person. Ask her and she might tell you more. I have done this, but I will go ask her again because I don't know how to use the thing I've got to get to where she is. But first I have to find Echo. Grace, you made the brothel too big. Okay, there's Nenny. Echo, perfect. Questions? What are you doing here? Something else? Tell me about this place. Okay. Well, nuts. So again, our backup plan is just poking the Lady of Pain ragdoll until it takes us there. Let's go talk to Lothar, who was the one who wanted us here in the first place. Maybe now that we have the blood, he'll have some details for us. Or we could talk to Quell. Let's talk to Quell first. Quell's closer. The problem is most of the girls start wandering around after you talk to them, which I think is their right. But it does occasionally make it difficult to follow up for quest stuff.
Done.
Can you, Splinter, take me to the things? Private ones.
Done.
Here. Well. Questions. May I have some candy? Ravel. Need you to tell me. Might I find her? She knows something of my past. Just have to hope she's alive and will help. So must seek her out, dead or alive. What do you think I should do? Give up this idea. You tell me how to get to her maze? Really need your help. Alright, I've got the piece. Got it. Okay. That's it. Alright. Out we go. Come on. Yeah, Delora does wander, but just within the central section, and Marissa, for very obvious reasons, does not wander, which makes a lot of sense. And yeah, Kamaxi has been in a room every time we've seen her. But Nenny and Echo in particular seem to go on walkabout. Alright. Let's see, do I remember... I think you were here? Yes, you were here because this is where... Is that the pawn shop? I think this is where Lothar's at. Of the hill people. Is that Phil Hartman? It was an old SNL bit, but I can't remember the actor. Oh, good. We got chased by another shadow again. That's good. Love that. Nope, it's not here. Damn it.
Done.
Oh, it's the wrecked house? Let's kill this thing first. Hello? When there's just one of y'all, you're not quite as scary. Actually, while I'm here. That's a fun sound. A little bit of didgeridoo. Alright, Anna, we need to get you a weapon that can actually, like, hurt anything. What do we got? Fist weapons, hey? Alright. You're currently using punch daggers. Alright. Do y'all have weapons? I mean, there's also a marketplace, so we need it. Trades. Alright, that one, which is hilarious, one-time use only. The mall won't help. Rings. Nope. Alright. To the market.
All right.
Actually, first to Lothar, then to the market. Yep. Highlight Anna to be sure she can use whatever you buy. That's a good point. Thank you. I remember being able to do that in the other, like, TSR games.
It wouldn't kill you to say a few words to me, Fiendling. Or hug me. Or kiss me.
All right.
You are still kind of the worst, Mort. I mean, I love you, but I love everybody, so. Is he upstairs in his own house? That makes sense. It's night. Hi, bud. Like to have some questions answered. Rebel puzzle well. How do I find her? What does she do? I'll find her then. Okay. Just want to talk to you some more. Wait a minute. Ah! Fine. Okay. Well, shit. We might just be down to poking the doll?
Done.
Because I don't otherwise know how to use it. We have the blood we need. I guess maybe we have to find out where the portal is. We have the portal key. We need the portal location. You've got all the consumables. We're looking for weapons. Wares. Magic punch daggers. That's exactly what I want. You love to see it. Alright. I know you're not going to use anything. You're not able to use anything. Is there anything that you can use? Nope. Alright. Alright, because you always use your fists. But your fists are magic because, you know, you're magic. Great. Love it. And also, while we're here... Okay, so I've got to believe that because they were from a Modron LARP, that the bags of coins are just sort of like bags of chocolate coins. Probably not really sellable. All right, well, I tell you what, that's gotten us pretty far for today. We've done okay. We've made a lot of progress. We helped out the folks in the brothel, which was really my number one thing. And we've got the doohickey. And now we just need to figure out how to, I should probably get into that, how to make the doohickey do its hickey. And I think I'm going to go ahead and save that for next time, since we're down to like 5 minutes left here. And rather than falling down a rabbit hole, we'll just start that on Monday. So Monday night, 7 p.m.-ish Eastern time, we'll be back with more Planescape Torment, and the Ballad of Ravel Puzzlewell continues. Although this time we may actually get there. Because again, worst case scenario, I will quick save and poke the little Lady of Pain doll a bunch of times, and then we'll get mazed for sure. And I don't know if the Lady's Maze is one maze or if it's a bunch of different mazes. We're going to find out. We're going to find out on Monday. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend ahead. What's the word I'm thinking of? My sympathies to everyone with dogs or everyone else who does not like hearing fireworks, because I imagine we're going to hear a bunch of them the next couple of days. More on that later. Speaking of more on that later, at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, over at twitch.tv/if_1_y. Alice, what have you been streaming these days? I should know this off the top of my head. Why don't I have this mesmerized? Why don't I know this? I should know this. You're going to beat me to it. I'm going to look it up because we have this handy schedule that I should probably put back up on our feed. It's Thursday. Is it Clair Obscure? Is it Clair Obscure Expedition 33? Am I reading that right? If so, fantastic. So, it is that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful game. Highly recommended. Very French. We won't toss a raid over because that's like a half an hour from now, but just letting all of you find people at home know. Again, twitch.tv/if_when_y in about half an hour for a delightfully French game full of some of the most absolutely ridiculous parry mechanics I've ever seen in a turn-based game. It's, we loves it. Never could get the hang of Thursdays. Me either. This is what I'm saying. Okay. I think that's everything. Thank you all so much again, and I will hope to see you next time. Good night.